Hello GP developers, this is Steve with DynDeveloper.com and 4penny.net. We've just finished a Hello World video that showed us how to get code running inside of Visual Studio and Dynamics GP. So today we're going to take that one step further and we're going to do something useful. We're going to trap a button press inside of a form and we're going to put a piece of working code inside of Dynamics. And this will really be the last thing that you really need to know to get going to start writing practical code into Dynamics GP. So with that as an intro, let's put a couple of logos up on the screen and let's roll the intro. Okay, we're back. So let's get to work here. You'll remember in our last video that we stopped with this Hello World piece of code running here in the project. So let's get rid of that and let's do something practical. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to drop in an event handler, and then we're going to drop in this piece of code to trap the event. So this works like this. Inside of the initialize, we're going to add an event handler, and it's going to trap the toolbar in Dynamics GP opening. And the reason we do that is this. We need access to the current SQL Server, and we need access to the current database. The user has the ability, if they wanted to, although it's not common, to pick one of several SQL servers when they open up Dynamics GP. And it is common that they're able to open up different companies. We need that information if we're going to use that in a database connection later on. So what I've done here is I've created a class called app, and it's got two properties in there, database and SQL Server, and our custom code is going to just populate those values. I'm not going to stop and talk about how they work. It's not important for this video, only that it does work. Okay, so we're going to get a connection to the database or information about a connection to the database, and then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to do something useful. So let's drop in another method here, and then an event handler to call it. And what this piece of code does is it adds an event handler to the SOP transaction entry form and to the print button. So this event is the print button before original. You need to know what the signature of that is, so if you hover over it, you can see the signature that your handler needs to have. So in this case, sender is object, E as component model cancel event args, and we've created that right here. So our code, I'll put a stop here, what our code is going to do is when they press the print button, this will get called before the print button code gets called, and it gives us an opportunity to cancel the standard event handling. In other words, the Dynamics print dialog, we're going to stop that from opening, and we're going to mock putting in our own print code here. So with all that in place, let's launch Dynamics. There's our Hello World code. Now, the first thing that's going to happen here is, before we even get into Dynamics, is the toolbar is going to display across the top, and as soon as it does, this toolbar open code is going to run, and we can hover here and see that we know that we're in the to database, and we know that we're on our test GP 2015 SQL Server. So we have information, we have the information that we need to write database connection code. So let's let that code run. Okay, Dynamics is open. and we're going to click on sales and sales transaction entry, and we're in the to company, so we're just going to pick one of the orders that are there, and we're going to click on the print button. Here we go, and we come to the next stop in our code. There's our message box, and here we have the cancel, and what that cancel is going to do is it's going to keep the standard print functionality from popping up. So at this point you would run a Crystal report or any report that you wanted to run, or you could even call SSRS at this point. There's other ways to do it. To do that functionality, I'm just trying to demonstrate a point, and I hope it was useful to you. If it was, do me a favor, hit the like button below, or even subscribe to the channel if you'd like to keep updated on what we have to teach you about developing in Dynamics GP. Thank you for your time.